Hello everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome once again to another Let's Play episode. Tonight we're going to do Surviving Mars. It's been a few days since we've done that game. Sorry about the noise there. It's been a few days since we've done that game, and yeah, I think it'll be pretty interesting to get back into it again. When we left the game before, we were just getting started prepping everything for our new colony. So we can have our colonists actually come in and yeah, try to survive, basically. It's going to be pretty interesting to see if we can be successful with it. I'm trying to, sorry about the delay here, I'm trying to fix my headphones. I think that I've got a little bit of a short going on in one of the wires here, and it's kind of interfering with my sound that I'm hearing. I don't know. Hopefully I can get it fixed here within a couple of moments. There we go. I think that's fixed it. Okay, so anyways, we're going to get started with Surviving Mars. Before we get really started, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I just got done doing a large show with Michael Vera over there with Late Night in the Midlands just a little while ago. And I've set myself up to start at 12:30 here, but unfortunately I'm kind of a little bit delayed. I had to get something to eat first. I'm sure you guys know how that is. No, this is not a Let's Play of Star Wars. Get that off of there. Thank you. Hey, Katie, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We're going to do a little bit of Surviving Mars, and yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do the loading of a game, the streamy game. Streamy. So how is everyone doing tonight? It's been a rather interesting day here today. Like I said, I just got done doing a live stream with Michael Vera on his show, Late Night in the Midlands. It was a very interesting show. If you guys want to catch the archive of that, it'll be over there at lnmradionetwork.com. I had a pretty good time. It was a open lines night, so we got into all different kinds of topics and discussions. It was pretty fun. So I'm just trying to remember what all I was getting involved with when I left the game last time here. We had set up everything. I think, yeah, we were just getting ready to put our dome in over here and getting the colonists to start shuffling in as they do. We'll go ahead and put it on high speed like we always do. So anyways, let me see here. We can get ourselves started with actually building of the dome. So the dome is going to take, let me see here, 80 concrete, 20 metals, 10 polymers. Right now we've got quite a decent supply of polymers, 101. We've got a pretty good supply of all the other stuff as well. And yeah, it's going to consume 1 oxygen, 1 water, and 15 power. So let me make sure here. We've got an overabundance of power going on right now. We've got plus 20 as our surplus. And we're putting some stuff into the storage, if I remember right. Yeah, they're over here. Putting some power into the storage over here, and it's full. So I think our power grid can handle things right now. We've got an hourly production of 41. So yeah, I think we'll be able to handle it. We'll probably add a couple more of the wind turbines in here as the colony gets built. So what we're going to do, as you guys can see in the outlines here, the dome is going to be that central part there itself. So that's the proper dome, and then the rest of that blue area there is the area where the colonists themselves can interact. So we've got this metals deposit right here, and we've also got this rare metals deposit here. Now the rare metals we definitely want to make use of. That is a very important resource for getting money as we go through the game. And of course, metals is a definite important resource. We need to have as much good stock of that coming in as we can. So what we need to do is we need to consider exactly where to place the dome, because we want both of those things to be within the dome's range of influence. Now, if I put it right here, as you guys can see, there's kind of like this buildable area that is going on. Or I'm sorry, it's an unbuildable area right here, because the terrain is not flat right here. So we're going to have to consider maybe doing something different with it. Now, if I click on my drone, hub right here, it shows me its range of influence, and we want to make sure that the dome is going to be within the range of influence of that drone hub. If it's not, then the drones are not going to be able to come and build it. They're not going to be able to do the work that needs to be done on the facility, and it just will end up being a bad thing overall. So I think what I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to put the dome over on this side of those deposits. That way we have room enough to expand out if we need to, by putting like farms and other kinds of things as we get the tech researched. It'd be a good way to get all of that stuff in the circle of influence that it has. Because if we were to put it over here again, there's this whole area right here that would not be buildable, which basically means we're cutting over half of our dome facility off from the drones, or from being built, sorry. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to get it as close to in between these two things as I can, while still being able to be used. And I think right there actually would be a pretty good spot. That gives us enough
sector
room to build everything
scanned.
else out. So okay, we got a sector scanned. It looks like there is some concrete and a pretty decent supply of metals laying around in that sector. So that's cool. We can go and make use of that later on too. Welcome to the show, everybody who's tuning in. I appreciate you guys being here, and hopefully you guys will enjoy
Vehicle
tonight.
battery low.
Oop, vehicle battery is low. Oh, that's the rover. So he's over here doing having his drones do the work of unloading this this rocket and also loading it with fuel. So we need to make sure that he's very well charged. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him over to here for a minute, just so that he can get a recharge of his battery going, and then we'll go ahead and bring him back over into that area so that he can continue his work. I know I could. I have enough. I'm sorry. I was actually clicking him. I have enough prefabs available of drone hubs if I wanted to place another one, and I could place it like down in this area right here so that they could do work. But I'm not really going to worry about that right now, mainly because I'm not sure if I'm going to go down in this direction as far as building the rest of like the next set of domes or anything like that goes. There's just not really that much stuff down in here that I can make use of. What I'll probably do is put it like over in this zone here somewhere, or maybe even go up into this area up in here where there's more water available. I don't know. We'll have to see once we get some of these other sectors unlocked, so we can see what all is going on up in that area. There might be a better place for us to build upwards from. So it is nighttime here on Mars.
Milestone achieved. We have an oxygen shortage. We have a water shortage. We have a power shortage.
Yeah. It's telling us we have these shortages because nothing right now is connected up to the dome. We need to do that next. So, but we got the milestone of getting our first dome on the planet. That is good. So I kind of made it a little bit easier on myself. I set up all the pipes here. You know, the piping and water and air supplies and that kind of thing are all over in here. So what I can do is just run one pipe over to the dome for the colonists to get their air and all that kind of stuff. It's a good idea to do things that way sometimes. I know they're kind of subjected to like meteor implants and that kind of thing. If you build it all up into one, it can make things kind of bad if you're prone to meteor strikes. So we're just gonna run it over this way. You have to run the pipes over to the pipe inlets for the dome, and as you can see, that will now have the inlet there. I'm gonna run power from down here down below instead of doing it from up above. It's gonna just kind of look a little bit cleaner, and it'll be a straighter shot for the power to get to. Just pull it off of this. Again, the same idea applies. You have to run it to the piping area and that kind of stuff for it. Did I actually land? I don't think I did. I didn't. Damn it. I'm trying to make room for where we're going to put the factory here with or the extractor. Once we get the colonists in here, we can set down a metals extractor, and again, as long as it's within the realm of influence, there, the colonists can use it to work. So I'm kind of running the power line so that it isn't cutting it off and that kind of stuff. We'll also have to put another rare metals extractor up here. So okay, the power is there, or well, it will be, and is it? I think it's powered up now. I like this song. This song is kind of cool. Yeah, so it's getting power. It's getting water. This right now is not working. Why is it not? Oh, okay, I see. We actually ran through all of the concrete deposit that was within its sphere of influence. So we're going to have to build our second concrete extractor. A little bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set this to be salvaged. We can get a little bit of materials back from it. Yeah, I see it saying building with depleted deposits there. Okay. So we need to build our second extractor again within the realm of influence of this drone hub so that we can have them keep on pulling the goodies away from it. Concrete extractor. All right. So we need to place it so that it is within a decent deposit here. Yeah, I guess that'll work right there. It'll do for now. We'll run the power down to it as well.
Sector scanned.
Thank you for the sector scan. I don't want it to do that. I guess I don't have a choice. There we go. That should do it. For some reason, this game has been getting kind of bad reviews over on Steam. I'm not sure why. It's actually a really fun game. I've been enjoying my time with it. It's kind of chillax. It's kind of relaxing just to come in here and mess around with it. I've spent a pretty good amount of hours playing this game, so it can't be all bad. I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of it. That's for sure. That's the transport. Okay, so the rover should be charged up by now. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it back up here so that it can keep on loading this rocket up with fuel so we can send it off. Should be... Yeah, they're working. Go, little drones, go. Okay, so technically speaking, we could bring colonists into this dome right here, right now. The problem is they don't have anywhere to live and they don't have anywhere to work. So they're going to be very upset if they come here right now. So we need to make sure that we set up some facilities for them inside of that dome. Before I run out of anything else, though, I'm going to go ahead and set up the metals extractor down here. Just so that we can make sure that they can use it. I guess I'll put it right there. And I'll run some power over to it. So what do you guys think? I've been thinking about doing a Let's Play of The Sims 4 as well. We picked that game up not too long ago. I'm kind of interested in doing a Let's Play of it and seeing where it goes. I don't know. Curious as to what everybody else thinks. What do you guys think? Should I do The Sims 4 at some point in time? I need to get back to Star Wars The Old Republic
Research
too.
complete.
Okay, so we got Mars crowdfunding. So we just got a really large boost in money from having that crowdfunding. It's a one-time funding purchase. So Live from Mars is what we got as our next researchable thing within the social line. Not sure which one to make sure that we get next.
This is the science of matter, its motion, and its behavior in space and time. Astrophysics is the science of things like dark matter, a form of matter that neither emits nor reflects electromagnetic radiation. We don't know if it really exists, but it helps us explain the irregular movements of galaxies. It obviously doesn't get rid of all irregularities. After a little talk, it's time for a little music. That's regular.
Okay, so let's see. We're gonna do. Okay, so we have a very limited amount of things that we can build within the dome right now because we have not researched and opened up the various and sundry things that are ultimately available to be working with. So right now we have living quarters. One nice piece of research that I like is the low G. I think it's called low G apartments. And those make it so that you can have a 24 people staying in that one location. Really nice. Really nice. But for right now, the only thing we have available is the 14 colonist slot living quarters, which we can go ahead and just put down here somewhere in the dome. I guess right there will work. And as we get the research done, we can destroy that and rebuild the higher scale apartments, basically. So we also need some basically amenities for the colonists, places that they are going to need to keep them healthy, to keep them sane, because as the game goes on and more disasters happen, your colonists will actually start going insane. And if they go insane, that can lead to some really major issues for your colony. So we need to make sure that we keep their health up and their sanity up. I mean, you can imagine if you're kind of going to Mars, you're the first people on Mars, you're going to encounter some problems. It's going to be a little bit difficult to handle sometimes. So we're going to put down an infirmary that's good for their health. We're going to need to make sure that we have at least one medic as our colonists. And let's see, what else can we do? Now, usually what I've been doing is putting in a grocer and a diner. The diner will give them their dining, their social, and their food stats. It'll raise those up. And it's also meaning that those are effective for those colonists who have that kind of desire. It'll tweak that desire, basically, and increase their comfort, increase their sanity, and so on and so forth. The grocer is good for both food and shopping. So some of your colonists will have a shopping need, and that's what helps to keep them sane and keep them working and functioning correctly. So while they can get food from both places, they can't get shopping from the diner. They could get it from the grocer. Now, they can also get shopping from the art workshop and the electronics store. The problem with those two is that the arts workshop requires polymers. Each time one of the colonists visit it, it will take a polymer. And the electronics store takes an electronic. The problem with both of those is that we don't have any way of self-supporting the creation of those things. And I don't necessarily like to have to keep relying on getting orders from Earth coming in from the cargo ships, without having the ability to be self-supporting. So I tend to avoid these at least until I get a little bit more infrastructure in, because as you can see right now, we do have a lot of those. But as we go through and progress in this game, you're going to notice those are going to go down really hard, especially once we start getting some of the higher technical things or the higher researchable things done and available to us, because they start requiring that kind of stuff more and more. We could also do a space bar for those that like drinking. Unfortunately, a lot of colonists that you get on the applicant lists have alcoholism as one of their flaws. A lot. And I mean, it's like 75% at least that I've seen have alcohol addiction as one of their problems. So it's very hard to avoid. So we could put down a space bar to help to keep them comfortable. We could also do a casino complex, which is luxury gaming, gambling, and social. Because again, gambling is another one that people have an addiction to. Not as much as alcoholism, but it's definitely there. So we kind of have to decide, do we want to do a space bar or do we want to do a casino? Now, casino tweaks a lot of things. It does the gaming, it does luxury, it does the social, and it does gambling, which is good, but it also requires a lot of electronics as upkeep. That being said, it does service more people, and it definitely tweaks them out in a good way. Now, it's kind of a hard decision to make because there are pluses and cons to both of it. You know, there's pros and cons to both of it. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do a casino. I don't normally like to do it this early in the game, but it will definitely help to support a lot more colonists' needs at this point in time. We need to have a source of food, so we need to go to life support. And right now, we've got farm as one of our researchable things. Now, it's set to be the fourth in line as far as the researchable stuff goes. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and
no active research.
Do that one first. That way we can build a farm and not have to worry about setting up hydroponics labs. I'm also going to do the live from Mars, which makes it so that more applicants are available when we actually go to do getting the colonists in. We have a little bit of a bigger pool then that we can work with. Okay, so if I take a look at my research queue here, it's going to take 1,000 research to get this soil adaptation done. Now, we have $2.9 billion available to us as far as our funding goes. And one thing that we can do is we can outsource our research to increase the amount of research that we have coming in for a temporary period of time. If we do 1,000 outsource research, it's going to give that 1,000 over the next 5 sols, in other words, the 5 days. It's going to cost us $200 million to get that to work. Now, that would mean that we can definitely get both the soil adaptation and the live from Mars done basically within a couple of days. Which would be beneficial because we're going to start bringing in the colonists here really soon. So it'd be nice to have both of those things available to us from the get-go. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we spent $200 million. And in fact, I'm going to do it a second time. That way we have actually 2,000 coming in over the next 5 days. So they're building the facilities in there right now. And of course, it's going to come up saying that the buildings are not
sector scanned.
Oh, we just got $500 million in the funding from the United States too. That works. So yeah, it's saying this is non-functional right now because there are actually no colonists in there working. So yeah, see, not enough workers. So all of that will change once we actually get some people in here. So we can just go ahead and close that. I know those buildings aren't working. I don't really need to be warned about it. So So how close is this rocket to being launched? Oh, it's actually just coming up to being ready right now.
Cable fault reported.
Okay, so it is ready to launch. We'll go ahead and have it take off. Away with the rocket. Back to Earth you go. Fly, my pretties, fly. I'm going to bring the rover up so that it's on this cable right here so that it can just keep on charging. But its drones are still within range of basically all of this stuff, so it can have them still work. So the casino got built. We'll go ahead and finish building our facilities here within that dome. So the casino, I'm trying to remember. The casino is good for luxury gaming, gambling, and social. So it's not good for food. It's not good for drinking. But that's okay.
Research complete.
There we go. So we got the soil adaptation. We can build the farm now. Go ahead and put the diner in here. And then instead of putting in another facility right now, I'm going to put in, I think, a garden so that the colonists who enjoy the relaxation and the hippies and that kind of stuff, they can get their tweaking. So it's good for exercise, good for relaxation, and playing. Playing is because of children. We can have children in the colonies. You know, there will be Mars-born citizens, and as they grow, they will need to learn play and that kind of thing. So the garden can be useful for that. So, okay, we got the soil adaptation done. The live from Mars is getting there. It'll be done pretty quickly. What did we have come open after that? Water reclamation. Oh, okay, yes. The water reclamation. This is a spire that we can build at the center of our domes. The water reclamation one is really nice. It gives a 70% reduction in the amount of water that's being used in that colony. And that's a very big bonus as far as your water goes. Definitely one we want to get. It's not like an urgent one, but it's definitely one that is nice to have on hand. In fact, right there is that spire. So once that opens up, we'll plop it right down into the center of the dome. Okay, so we did get the farm done. So I'm going to go ahead and set down
Cable fault reported.
And you're listening to Mars Official Radio. Your reliable
Just need
source
to
for music you love.
figure out where at in the dome we want it. I guess right here would work. That will do. So once we get ourselves figured out, basically, and get our colonists starting to come in, we're gonna have to specifically look for types of colonists. The ones that work in the shops, such as the diner here and the casino, they don't require any particular specialization to be effective.
Sector scanned.
So we can hire some with no specialization to work in those. The ones that work in the metals extractors, they need geologists. So we'll have to specifically look for geologists to fill the slots to keep those two facilities working. The farm is going to require biologists. They're the ones that work the farms. So we want to hire a good amount of biologists to make sure that we are keeping our food flowing in, because without food, well, the colony is not going to last very long, is it? So we're just kind of waiting around right now for the live from Mars to be finished researching. which should be here, very shortly. And once that's done, then we'll go ahead and get our passengers for our first group of colonists coming in. So this one has how many empty
pipe
work
leak
slots?
reported.
There's four empty work slots here. And as you can see, the stopped work shift, those are there because we have not designated that those work shifts should be done. The way the game works is there are 3 working shifts for the colonists, morning, afternoon, and night. And the more you have working in a particular facility, the longer you can have it open. So if you have 8 geologists, for instance, working in this facility, you can have 2 work shifts opening, and both of them would be then fully functional and working to their maximum efficiency. So that's kind of important to remember as well. That
research complete.
There we go. Now we got that one done. Once you get things opened up a little bit and get more colonists coming in, you're going to need to make sure that you're getting the right colonists coming in to have it all be functional. Now, is somebody working on this? Yeah, they're working on that. And I'm assuming they're going to be working on... Yeah, okay, that cable got fixed. Okay, that'll work. So, okay. We got our colony. I mean, we still got a couple of slots here that we can fill, but I'm not going to fill those up quite yet. I might put in another set of apartments there since we don't have that low G opened up yet. Actually, what did we have open up now that we learned that tech? We had this come open. Okay, that's good, but it's not really important right now. We can definitely make use of that later. I'm hoping with the engineering opening up here a little bit further that we'll get the apartments as the next slot. It'll be opening up here as soon as this one is done being researched. Whatever is going to be there. Okay, so we're all set. We can go ahead and start doing our passenger rocket. So, okay, this is our first passenger rocket. Now, it's very important for us to figure out who exactly we want to have coming aboard. And right now it says, if you look up here in the corner, there's a total available pool of colonists of 72. There are 32 that we can have on the rocket on our first shot, and the available residences are 14. So I'll tell you what, it might actually go ahead and be a good idea to build a second set of apartments, and then once we, because I forgot that we got that research open, that lets us have more of a colonist on the rocket. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do this. I'll set up a second residence for right now. And then as soon as I get the low G apartments available, I'll replace these 2 apartment buildings basically with that facility instead. Because that'll hold 24 colonists instead of 14. So what we'll do is we'll go up to the maximum of the 28 that we have available on hand right away. And I'll go ahead and do it. I know the apartment is not built yet, but it's okay because they will take time to get here. So, so 28 residences available total. Now, what we can do is we can set for our review of the colonists that we're going to accept. We can set different traits and that kind of thing that we want them to have available. So for age group, for instance, the ones that are currently designated as not being allowable are going to be children and seniors, because neither of them can work in the colony, at least at this moment in time. Now we can do youths, which I will go ahead and make sure that those are available. So if you have the little down, the thumbs down on these things, it'll make it so that it is not available in particular, so that they don't show up in the list. So we can do specializations. We can choose to only show botanists, to only show geologists, so on and so forth. Or we're just going to have it show everybody. I think security we don't need, so we're going to go ahead and turn those off. Because we don't need security quite yet. We can look for specific perks as well, such as workaholics, survivors, so on and so forth. And we can choose to have certain flaws that a colonist might not have to not be available. So, for instance, chronic conditions. We don't want anybody that has any chronic conditions because it's just going to be causing problems. They lose health each day. We don't want any idiots. This is not idiocracy. We don't want any idiots working around because they will cause malfunctions in the workplace a lot of the time. We also don't want any whiners because they lose their sanity quickly. And what's the other one that we don't? Cowards. Double sanity loss from disasters can be caused. There's 3 people that are in the list of people that are applying for our colony. There's 3 people that have the coward trait. I'm gonna set it so that we can accept cowards because I'm not too worried about that one in particular. But we definitely don't want any chronic conditions. We definitely don't want any idiots, and we definitely don't want any whiners. Because there will be many times where they're low on comfort, and we don't want them losing sanity. Quirks as well. We don't want any tourists because tourists won't actually work. They just basically they come, they visit, they do make some funding available, and when they get back to Earth, you might see your pool of applicants open up a little bit more. But for right now, we don't need any tourists. This is not a tour zone. So we're just going to go ahead and review here. Now, the review shows us the ones that are available. So it's showing us right now 48 out of the potential 72 that we could choose from. Engineers work on in fact, let me do this. I'm gonna make it so that engineers aren't showing up right now either, because we don't have any factories that we're working with, do we? I mean, we could. Let me see. I think we got some prefab factories, don't we? Let me check. We don't. Yeah, okay. So for right now, we're just not going to have any engineers, because engineers are the ones that work in the factories. And basically the way that the whole specialization thing goes is that if somebody's working in a facility that they're not specialized in, they lose morale. And if you get low on morale, it can definitely cause a problem. So I'm thinking for right now, yeah, both engineers and scientists. I already had engineers turned off, didn't I? Or did I do that? I don't know. But we don't want any scientists either, because right now we don't have a research lab in our place, and well, it's kind of useless having scientists without it. So okay, geologists. This is definitely one that we want, but this one in particular has a lot of flaws going on. A glutton, meaning they double the amount of rations. Alcoholic, and we don't have the space bar set. And a gambler. We do have the casino, so I don't mind a gambler, but at the same time, the other 2 traits, it sucks. All right, so this one, no specialization is okay. Survivor, religious, and a loner, that's okay. We'll go ahead and take them. Sexy alcoholic. Melancholic, celebrity, and vegan. So okay, if they are a celebrity, if they're a celebrity in your facility, you'll periodically receive funding from Earth based upon the fact that they're there. Now, the other traits that they have are definitely doable. Vegan, that's no big deal. It just means that they'll only eat plant material instead of anything else. And melancholic, well, That's not really that bad. They lose performance when they have a low morale. We'll go ahead and take them. That celebrity stat's pretty nice too. All right, so now we have a party animal composed. Yeah, that's not bad. We want some people that have no specialization again because of the diner and the casino. They'll be able to work in those places. A religious loner. That'd be okay too. Enthusiastic loner. All right, well, let's look for more geologists because we definitely need geologists. Rugged is a very good one to have. We'll definitely take that one. Definitely need botanists as well. Although that one might not be the best one. We'll hold off on them. We might take them, but a fit hippie. Okay, definitely need the medic. Survivor party animal, that'll work. I'll take the glutton. I mean, I don't mind the double rations like that other geologist had, but that other geologist had the other negative traits that were going on. So just having the one, it's okay. A gambler, a survivor, and a workaholic as a geologist. That's nice. Not bad. Hypochondriac alcoholic. That wouldn't be good.
This is Mars official radio with
now, we can have people that have no specialization working in the areas such as the mine and that kind of thing. They're not going to particularly like it. It'll lower their morale a little bit, but at the same time, you know, if we don't have any other geologists and that kind of thing that are available, it'll do. It'll do, at least for now. We definitely have a nice amount of geologists that are going to work out, though, so. Okay, so right now we have 15 out of the potential 32 that we can take on the rocket with us. And we have 28 residences total. We don't want to have any homeless people, so we don't want to go above that maximum of 28 right now. But at the same time, we're definitely filling out pretty nicely here. So I'm going to kind of go back to the beginning here and just sort of look through as secondary choices of what we can do. We can take alcoholics, but at the same time, they don't have a way to satisfy their addiction since we don't have the space bar available. So it might cause a little bit of a morale problem with them, sanity problem. Grabbing some people that have the no specializations, that way they can work in the other places too. Again, they're not going to particularly like it, but at least for the beginning stages of things, we need people to make sure that they're working in those places. Yeah, we don't want that. A sexy gamer. All right. Named Brandon. Both melancholic and composed. That seems kind of oxymoronic. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I think for right now, the 19 that we have chosen are going to be probably our best choices for right now. And as we get more time passage, new applicants will be filtering in. So we'll go ahead and launch this. They're going to be on their way. It's going to take them a day or so to get here. Maybe 2. Each colonist is going to bring with them 10 food. So we want to go ahead and set up a storage facility for the food. And again, we want to make sure that it's within that range of that drone there, while at the same time being kind of close-ish to the dome I'm going to put it up in here. Since we can't really build in this zone up here anyways, we may as well make use of it. I'm going to plop down a few spots as far as that goes. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so now we just need to wait for the colonists to get here. I'll probably land the rocket like over here. That way the drones can still come along and pick up the food and everything and drop it off into here. But at the same time, it'll be close enough for the colonists to get over here into the dome. So they're not damaged or anything from the run. Daryl, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a female shortage at the moment, I think. But that's okay. They're not going to have any babies anytime soon, I think. They might, though. I don't know. Okay, so we got the low-G hydrosynthesis done. Let me see what opened up with that then. So that was the... oh, wait, that was... Which one was that one? Oh, that was this one. Okay, so we got advanced Martian engines. Rockets in. Shuttles require less fuel. That's okay to get. We'll do that one.
Sector scanned.
Sector scanned. No resources, though. That's disappointing. Probably not going to be anything up in there either, but we'll see. I'm kind of disappointed with the map as far as the amount of resources, like metal deposits and that kind of thing that are around. Haven't really seen a whole lot. It's a little weird. Our bare ass map. Oh, we're ready to land. Alrighty, so we can go ahead and set our ship up here to land in this spot. We're going to choose right here. And down they come.
Full of hope and determination, the first founders have set foot on the Red Planet.
Milestone achieved.
And they go running, because we're on high speed right now. They go running across. Get us inside.
New colonists have arrived.
It's scary out there. Alrighty, so they're going to go ahead and filter into their various and sundry places. So, now the drones are going to go ahead and start bringing over the food into the food depots. That's good. We got our milestone of the first colonists. So this little thing right here, the founder stage, basically when you start the game and you've got your first colony laid down, your sponsor, which in this case is the United States, will require you to make sure that they survive for a 10-day period of time. They have to survive, they have to be healthy, so on and so forth, without much issues, and they have to basically consider you to have had a positive success before they will allow you to bring in any more colonists. So that's why it was a really good thing that we got that that research really early on. Which one was it here? It was one of the breakthroughs, I think. Yeah, this one, where we could carry 20 extra passengers on the ships. It was really nice that we got that reasonably early so that we could have a big bunch of colonists come in right at the start, because the more you have, the more survival you're likely to have. So, okay. Now, what we need to do real quick is we need to, because the game is, it seems like it's not quite as smart as it should be when it comes to deciding who works where. So, the colonists kind of have their own thoughts as to where they want to be or where they want to work. So it's just saying that the facility is not working right now because it's an inactive work shift. It's the second shift right now, so there's nobody that's assigned to work it. But okay, so we need to basically go through and make sure that the geologists are working in the metals extractors, and that there's nobody else that's working, no other geologists that are working elsewhere, basically. So we don't want, like, for example, a geologist working as a medic. Yeah, like that. We don't want that geologist working as a medic. So what we're going to do is have them actually set their workplace as that location right there. So you see, it's not uber intelligent. You got to actually go through and make sure of who's being set where. So that one's the medic. That's fine. We have 2 medics and 1 person that's no specialization. Do we have the other places filled up with workers with no specialization here? No spec. Spec and no spec. That's good.
On a meta level, the exact same kind of absorption is taking place right now on Mars. I'm changing, and the planet will change too, developing according to its
Good.
terrain
Okay.
culture.
The farm. Which one is the farm? Is it this one? Yeah, the farm. Okay. Botanist. A geologist working in the farm. We don't want that. No. You go and work over there. I say nay. And that geologist. What the heck are you? What are you geologists doing over there? That's just not right. I'm going to set up a second shift. Well, wait a minute. Actually, I don't want to do that because I have that rare metals thing over here too. I can use those other geologists to work on that and just have 1 shift of each. Yeah, let me do that. So we're going to do the rare metals extractor. And, I guess we can just put it right here. We got to run a power cable over to it as well. So they're unloading the food. Yeah, they got the food off already, and they're refueling the thing right now. But they really unloaded that thing quick, didn't they? They were very fast with it. That's
Research complete.
Okay, so we got transport optimization done. That's good. That means the transport works faster and it can carry more. Oh, nice. Now we got the drone hub opened up as a researchable thing, which means that if we get that research, we can build drone hubs out of like metals and stuff. Metals and electronics, instead of having to worry about having them only as the prefabs. I know we have a few prefabs available of it yet, but it'll be nice to have that available. We'll research that one up as we go. So, okay, come on, guys. Let's go ahead and finish over here so I'm going to set that up as a priority. That way they finish it quickly. So I can just assign those geologists to those. So we have 9 days to go with our founders before we can get any new colonists coming in. Come on, boys. Get to work. There we go. Good job. Such good little boys. Okay, so right now it's complaining because there are not enough workers because all the geologists are over here working on the farm apparently. So we'll go ahead and set him up to work in that workplace. And that was the other geologist there, right? Yeah. There we go. So it's not going to be terribly efficient because it's only got 2 workers working in it, but they will pull it out. They'll pull out the rare metals. And then this facility here is pulling up 6.7 metals per day, which is nice. That's not bad. So I'm gonna take one of the one that had the no specialization over here.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
I'm going to take them and I'm going to make them work over here in that metals extractor. Again, I know with the no specialization, they're not going to be particularly happy to work there. As you can see, they have a minus 50 of morale because of it. Or, minus 50 morale for it. Or minus 50 on their performance, sorry. So they're not going to be terribly efficient at doing it. But it's better than having them be a medic. We've already got 2 medics that are working 2 shifts. So I'm not too worried about it. Once we get the ability to have more people coming in, we'll fill up the rest of these work shifts and such. Nobody's visiting the casino at the moment. They're all in bed.
Resources are low.
Resources are low. Which one? Food? What? How is food low? What the hell are you people doing already? How is there only 11 food? Where did they put the other food? Did they put the food over here? They put the food over here. Why did you put the food over here? That is weird. I wonder why I did that. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and launch the rocket here. Get that out of the way. What do we have going on over here? So these guys are making 9.4 food a day. What are they making? They're making wheat. Wheat has a low yield but grows fast and requires less water. There's potatoes, which has a good yield, grows slowly, and depletes the soil, causing reduced yield of the next crop. And soybeans, which are low yield and grows slow, but improves the soil, increasing the yield of the next crop. Well, I'm okay with it being wheat. That's fine. Hopefully they can keep up the production. That's not good if we can't get enough food producing. Should be able to have plenty of food, though. I mean, that's it's not working at full efficiency because we have 3 people that are missing from it, but I mean, at least it's something. Maybe I'll take one of these people here and move them over to the farm. See if that increases the boost, or increases the yield of it. That took them down to 8.6. Well, that's not good. Okay, well, you get out of there then. You can go on back and work in the casino again. Unless my eyes saw wrong, I mean.
Meteor shower incoming.
My eyes did see wrong. It did increase it slightly. Okay, so meteor shower is incoming. All right, so it's a meteor storm, basically. It starts in 17 hours. So the meteor storms, they are pretty horrible, depending on where exactly the meteors start to land. I went through one playthrough that the dome that I had ended up getting pierced by meteors, and it turned into a really bad situation really quickly. So hopefully that does not happen. But we've got 17 hours before it starts. And I guess we'll see what happens when they start landing. Luckily, we do have a lot of drones that we can make use of that will, keep things under repair. At a
Milestone achieved.
I also just noticed, too, that our power is way down from what it should be. So we need to make sure to put in a couple more of the wind turbines.
Stay tuned, enjoy, take a break, and just chill. Our songs will go down like an energy pill.
Our songs will go down like an energy pill. Ah, did I put that one in the wrong spot? I did, didn't I? There we go. I like it to look nice and pretty. So that should be definitely plenty of power for our needs for a while now. Come on, boys, get to work. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting a nice overage of power. We're producing exactly as much water as we need right now. That's good, but at the same time, we might want to consider adding another water plant up here. Four hours to go before the meteor shower. Okay, I see. So we're now producing our own food. Okay, good. That
Anomaly
works. Okay.
found.
So we're now at 16 food and it's growing. That's okay then. Yeah, we'll be. Oh yeah, nice. They're making 12.3 food in now. Nice, that'll work. Okay. So as they've been going, their efficiency is increasing. Okay, so we've found a couple of anomalies. We need to go ahead and start making our explorer go out and find a couple of them here because yeah, there's a few of them we need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and send him over here. Hopefully he can get there. I'm not sure if he's actually going to be able to or not. I'll have to watch him here for a minute, see what happens. Because he might not be able to make it there with the terrain the way it is. Go, little boy, go. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna have him recharge first because I just noticed his power's down a little bit. So have him charge up before he actually goes over there. Because who knows exactly how long it's gonna take him to get there. Want him to be full. Okay, there we go. So now we can set him over here. I'm just going to kind of watch him here for a minute just to make sure he's going to be able to get over there. Okay. Which way are you going there, little buddy? You going to go around the corner there? Oh, I see. I think he's going to go up and around. Say, I'd hate to have to build a tunnel just to get over to where that stuff is. Be a pain in the butt.
Sector scanned.
Okay, so we also have that meteor storm now starting, but it's not telling me that any meteors are actually incoming to the facility. Where are you? See, yeah, you are getting stuck there, aren't you? Shoot. Can't get up there. Darn it.
You're listening to Mars Official
That'd be nice because that's new tech too.
Your first radio host choice with the
Okay,
best
so there was
radio
another one
voice.
somewhere too, wasn't there? Yeah, it was over here. Okay, we'll have him go over there. He should be able to make it there. Maybe? No? What are you doing? What are you doing there, dude? Come on. You can't get over there? Seriously?
Research complete.
You can see the meteors starting to come down. They're kind of landing across the map here and there.
Anomaly found.
Okay, it looks like he's going to be able to go over there now, maybe. I don't know. Nope. Damn it, really? Come on. That's a pain. He's not actually going to be able to get over there.
Anomaly found.
Well, he's finding anomalies. He's just not able to get to them. What a pain in the butt. Can you not get over there at all? Come on, little buddy. You can do it. Nope. Gosh darn it. Boy, there's a lot of them over there, too. Jeez. I think what we're going to end up having to do is actually get a second explorer and land it with a rocket down over on that area over there. That's going to be a pain in the butt, though, to say the least. Hate to waste that money. All right, well, let's take a look and see what research we had open up to us. We had just gotten this one. Yeah, the water reclamation. So now this one, the low-G fungi, is open. That's the fungal farm. The fungal farm is nice. We might be able to make use of it here in a little bit. So right now we're doing the advanced Martian engines, which will be good. The rockets and shuttles will get here quicker. Let's see what we want as the next steps. Okay, we're going to do the subsurface heating in case we get any cold waves. I'm not expecting any where we're at on the planet, but it can happen. So we'll do that. That way our water facilities don't go dormant during the cold snap. I don't really want to do this. I don't want to waste the power to get the more efficiency on the extractors. Not too worried about that. That would be a nice one to have, yeah. We don't have the arcology, so not worried about that. That would be nice, but we're not using moisture vaporators right now. I'll go ahead and do the low-G fungi just to see if we can open up the rest of the apartments and stuff on there. That'll work. Meteor shower is almost over, and haven't had any actually come on impact. It seems like the meteor shower is more up towards this part of the map, so thankfully don't have to worry about that while we've got our colonists under this whole founder beginning thing here. Glad to get the colony set up, though, and running. That is good. That is good.
For the first time, a human has been born on Mars.
Hey, we got the achievement.
It's truly a unique miracle.
Yes. We got a child born. Colony has been evaluated positively. Instantly, we've gotten the founder thing completed because we had a baby during that first 10 days. That's really nice. That's really nice. So additional colonists can now be called. Alrighty, so cool. That's awesome. I feel very proud of myself. I set this up well then, because that's a heck of a nice achievement to get. See what our milestones are here. Indeed. First Martian born. That is cool. Let me make sure my explorer got here okay. Yeah, he did. Okay, I thought that was him, but I wasn't sure. So food-wise, it looks like we're producing just a little bit more food per day than we're actually using. We're producing 7, and we're consuming 4. Yeah, so we've got just a little bit more coming in than we have going out. That's good. We'll have to increase that, though, if we end up bringing in any more colonists. I'm not too worried about bringing in more colonists, at least at the moment, until we get a little bit more of a foothold established. These guys are pulling in enough metals, I think, to cover what we're having going out. And a nice amount of rare metals per day are coming in, too. That's good. The rare metals we'll be selling. We can also use the rare metals for electronics, if I remember right. Electronics production. I think it's electronics. I can't remember for sure, but pretty sure it is.
Sector scanned.
The first colonists are all gamblers coming to Mars. It's the ultimate roll of the dice.
Okay, so it's just telling me that I have a colonist that's a gambler. I knew that. Thank you, game, for telling me what I already knew. So I'm pretty proud of how this is working out so far. I can start looking into building up a second dome maybe here pretty soon. I may, because of the way that things have been set up, I may actually start a whole new colony system up here so that we can get into some of these anomalies and everything that are over in this section. Because, I mean, look at this. This is crazy how many anomalies are up in here. Well, these, though... These ones, the ones that have the little beakers on them or whatever that is, yeah, it's a beaker. They add an amount of research to the pool that you're
research complete.
So not actually really too horribly important. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll keep scanning this area up here and see what gets revealed. But it's something to consider, starting a whole new secondary colony system up in there. So we got the advanced Martian engines now. So our thing is run faster now. Decommission protocol allows the clearing of salvage. Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, we'll grab that one too. Allows the salvaging and the destruction of facilities that you salvage. So like right now, this thing, even though we salvaged this concrete extractor, it's still sitting there basically. We got the resources out of it, but the husk of it is sitting there still. So that particular tech will allow us to actually get rid of that entirely. So we can build on it or whatever we choose to do. We got a little bit more funding from the U.S. Thank you. So I suppose we do have 8 vacant slots for residents. We could look into seeing what other passengers are now available to us. Because if we can bring in a couple more geologists, we can have the longer work shifts. And more botanists would be nice too. Phew, that's a horrible one. That one we could do. Don't particularly want any lazy ones. That's a good one. That too. Share. That'd be 6. Yeah, we can choose 2 more and be able to fill out our residential slots then. See if we can find a couple of decent ones. Nerdly coward, huh? That can work too. That'll do. We'll bring them in. Let's see what else we can do here. I think we should go ahead and put in another water extractor. Right now we have the one. That's a fuel refinery there. So we have this one right here that's working right now. I think if we put in a second one, we'll be a little bit better off. Pipe. And we'll have to run power to it as well.
We are all descendants of those who dared to look beyond the nice, cozy valley they inhabited and enter a world full of mystery and wonder.
Okay, so this is basically our secondary mission. This is our new objective, basically, for this particular colony. So it wants us to analyze 30 anomalies by Sol 100. We've gotten 7 so far. So in order to complete this particular mission, we're gonna have to run across a lot more anomalies, which is kind of a pain in the butt. My loving daughter is saying I don't have to look far, I just have to look in the mirror. Thanks, Crystal. Love you too, dear. Talk to me again when you want your allowance. I don't care if I don't give you an allowance. Okay, so it's saying the building is not working because it doesn't have the power plugged into it yet, but the drones are working on it. Now she's claiming we don't let her outside. Poor sequestered Crystal. So abused. Come on, drones, get to work. Okay, there we go. So now this is up and running. We should have definitely an overabundance of water coming in now. Yeah.
Sector scanned.
Water, then. That is good. So I'm going to set up the rest of the sectors to be scanned here. There we go. That'll work. Yeah, I didn't mean to go down there. There we go. Okay, well, this is going pretty smoothly. I'm just waiting for the... oh, it did land. Okay, so there's our rocket again. Just kind of land it right in the same spot. Ish.
New colonists have arrived.
We'll be consuming more food now, but we should have enough botanists coming in now that it'll cover it. So now again, we need to go through and make sure that everybody is assigned to the things that they need to be assigned to. See, there's a geologist. We don't want a geologist. Okay, I'm going to set this to have a second work shift. And I can set this to have a second work shift as well. That way we can maneuver these people around. So we'll set them to work there. And the rest are botanists. Yeah, okay. So then... Okay, so I'm going to take this geologist and I'm going to have them work at the metals over here instead of the rare metals. That way I can have more on that second shift. Yep, see there's another geologist. And a botanist. You guys should be not working there. You should be working there. Okay. So now we have nearly full of botanists there. That'll be good for the food production.
This is Mars official radio with Panem Public Service Escalon. We have a soundtrack just right for the blue sunset light.
So now we're really getting a lot of good metals coming in. Daily production of 13.3 coming in for that. That'll be good. Okay, so I think the rare metals right now are getting loaded, or they should be here really soon. Depending on where they're stored. Yeah, no, they should be able to access it. I see, I think they're still gathering the food off of it. Once the food is off of it, I think they will bring the rare metals onto it. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so they're loading the
Research complete.
Okay, subsurface heating, that's good. That will mean that if a cold wave comes in... Oh, excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Whew. That means that if a cold snap comes in, the water won't freeze if I have a heater that's with it. So that'll be good. Now I'm researching safe mode. This is a breakthrough. When a colonist suffers a sanity breakdown, they fall asleep and wake up after 6 hours with 70 sanity. Colonists can't commit suicide or gain flaws due to sanity breakdowns. That's really nice. It's really nice. So I'm going to now set up the spire here in this dome. The spire is really nice. The water reclamation spire is really nice because you can save then 70% of the water that your colony is using. That's a really nice boost. We're on day 38 right now. Hopefully we can make that breakthrough of the 30 anomalies by the 100 days, but I'm kind of doubting it. Daryl, slavery's not over even on Mars. Yeah, pretty much. I am an evil overlord. Putting my people to work constantly. So we're almost totally refueled. I'm going to go ahead and wait, though, to launch it, I think, until we get the 30 metals to export. I don't know, though. We'll see. It might take a little bit of time to get it up there. They've been working on that for a few days. Either way, whatever goes back to Earth with the rare metals, it will give us a boost of funding. We've got 4 million available right now, though. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that outsourcing of the research again, because we've got a lot of research that we need to get through. And having that research outsourced is definitely really nice. I think what I'm going to do, we've got the rare metals coming in now, which is a pretty decent supply of money. I think I might just go ahead and boost it by the 10,000, and that way we can blow through a lot of research here really quickly. Because we're not really needing any equipment ordered, like the prefabs and stuff. We're getting by with what we've got right now, so I'm not too overly concerned with it. So we're doing 2,500 research per sol now with that outreach boost. That is really, really nice. It's a nice amount of research coming in today. I mean, yeah, it costs. It definitely costs, but it's worthwhile doing. So I'm going to go ahead and launch that rocket. It's got 20 exports on it. We'll see what we get out of it overall when it lands on Earth. I'm not sure how much the 20 is going to bring in. Building not working. Which building? Not enough workers. Oh, I see. It's the water reclamation spire. Gotcha. Okay. We need one person per shift working on it for the thing to be completely effective. So I think what I'm going to do, we don't really need 2 workers working at the diner on both shifts. I'm going to go ahead and set them, one from each of their shifts to work at the spire. Why is a botanist working there now? Come on. Come on, people. Get with it. Work where you're supposed to. Damn fools.
Sector scanned. Research complete.
All right, so we got the that safety one done. That's good. Let's see. I'm just gonna set a couple to research here real quick. That one would be okay. It's all working pretty efficiently. That's good. Got some safety nets going on as well as far as our resources and stuff, like the power and all that kind of stuff. Makes me feel comfortable knowing that if a disaster comes, we might be okay. Because believe me, it's really easy to not be okay. Blowing through that pretty quickly. Good. How is somebody homeless? We literally have enough homes for everybody. Why is there somebody that's homeless? Oh, I see.
Research complete.
Ah, we've got a couple other people being born. Interesting. All right, so we got the low G fungi done. Magnetic filtering. It's for moxies. Increases the oxygen production. That'll be okay. We can definitely make use of that.
I'm Panamasculine, and you're listening to Mars Official Radio. Your reliable source.
So I'm almost thinking I'm going to have to build a another damn set of homes.
Funding received.
What a pain. I have to do it though. I hate to build that other residence. That's a lot of space being taken up. You know, will that even work, or do I need to put a nursery down? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm not sure if the children can live there without being...
Research complete.
I guess maybe they did. 'Cause it's not showing anybody homeless anymore, right? Yeah, the child is living there. Okay. Well, that's okay. They won't be particularly happy about it, but that's okay. Okay, so we got another research complete. Let's see. That was... Which one? Oh, the decommission protocol. Oh, okay, really nice. Good. Let me do the magnetic filtering here first. Then we'll put that one down. Oh, there's a high rise. Oh, okay, so it is under engineering. I'll have to remember that. Shoot. Okay. Well, we definitely want to make use of that here real quick. So I'm going to put that as the primary. And then we'll get that one. From what I remember, if you stop a research in the middle and then restart the research at a different time, it should keep the research level where it was when it was stopped before. So we'll check it and make sure, but I think that's what it is. Yeah, I'm definitely working them to death to get the other resources. At least I don't have 3 shifts going with the geologists here. I could get a nice amount of metals coming in, though. We're keeping an upkeep of it for sure, so that makes me happy.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Oh, good. Another anomaly. One that I can't get to, probably. No, I think maybe he can get... I think maybe he can get to that one, actually. Let me see. That's for a breakthrough, too. And we'll send him up here. I think he was... Wasn't he able to bypass there and it was over here that he wasn't able to? No. No, it was right here that he couldn't pass by. Damn it. That sucks.
Research complete.
Okay, the low G high rise. We got that sucker now. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We need to salvage these buildings over here. I know I just literally built this this residence right here. We're gonna set it to salvage. Some people are gonna go homeless for a little bit, but that's okay. So the apartments, they hold 24 people. So we're going to need to take out 2 of the residences and then rebuild the apartments. So we'll go ahead and put the apartments down in this spot right here. That'll free us up a little bit. Glad we got that in. That's going to be really helpful. I'll go ahead and put that as a priority, just to make sure they get it done quickly. At least we got a lot of drones to do the work. Work. They should build it here in just a moment. And then once we get that space freed up a little bit, we can shift other things into there. I might put a research lab into there since we're going to have the slots for the people. I might put a research lab into there, or lab into there, so that we can get the extra research coming in. Yeah. So there's 14. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go ahead and destroy this residence here.
Research complete.
Good. Magnetic filtering got done. So the magnetic filtering, that was for the Moxies. Now we're increasing the production of oxygen. That's nice. So yeah, as you can see here, we had canceled the systematic training to allow the botanists and scientists to work more efficiently. And so it started it back at the research level that we had stopped at. So that's good. Utility crops. The utility crops are good because you can create oxygen, improve soil quality, all that kind of stuff out of those. So I'll go ahead and have that set to research too. We still got that outsourcing coming in. I think that's going to end here pretty shortly. So we salvage that living quarters. So we have 16 vacant work slots and 9 vacant residential slots. So we could bring in 9 more residents. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear down this other residence that's over here and build another apartment. So we'll set the apartments right here, and then once it's completed, we'll tear down this other residence over here. And then we'll have 48 slots for people to come in instead of the 28 that we had. So those apartments are definitely nice to get like early on, because you can really pack the people into the domes then. If it's an AI, name it Bob. Yeah, that works. Yeah, there's the child there. So here we'll rename Parsec.
I've been a long time fan of the great music. Regarding our future educational system, I have an idea. If our kids start their training
There we go.
before, they will likely
Our child is renamed Bob.
productive citizens by age 20. What do you think? Tony, your proposition composition is appealing, but I doubt that children can absorb abstract.
Not sure why Leland is on my screen here.
Instead,
Sector scanned.
subjects that don't apply to life on Mars, like domestic science, art, and handicrafts. Okay?
Did I mean fuel compression? Oh yeah, I did, because I wanted to open up more in the engineering. That's right. I was going to say the utility of it's not really all that useful to me. I'm not really buying anything to send here, but it works. Okay, so that residence got completed. We'll go ahead and destroy this one. Boom. Set it for salvage as well. So all the people just they just move into the apartments once you destroy a residence. No big deal at all. It works. All right, so now we have, what is that? 18 residential slots free. Nice.
Research complete.
Fuel compression is done. It opened up smart homes. Okay, so the smart homes, they're okay. I'll go ahead and research it just so I can get it out here, but I'm probably never going to use the smart homes. They require less resources to run, but at the same time, they also don't hold as many people, so they're okay when you're in a larger dome. But right now, all we have available is these small domes, so it's not really worthwhile doing. So okay, how's our food production going here? We're still growing the wheat, right? Yeah. I think some of our botanists moved into something different, because we had more botanists working in there. Did they get moved around to something else? Yeah, why is that botanist working in there? That's not... I don't know why it does that. That's one thing I hope that they fix in a patch or something here really soon, because once I have assigned somebody to work somewhere, it seems like they only do it for a short period of time before they kind of revert into other things. I'm not sure if it's because the jobs shift around daily or something like that. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to be able to say for sure. But it does seem strange. Maybe when I destroy the residences, it sort of reset them in some kind of way so that then they choose to work somewhere else. Yeah, it's kind of it's one of the few annoyance things I've had with the game overall. Okay, so the concrete over here is now empty, so we need to go ahead and destroy this building. Go ahead and salvage it as well so that it removes it. That was loud. What was that? Oh, okay, that was just that. Okay, confused me there for a moment. I'm like, did something just blow up? Yeah, the thing that I set to blow up. Duh. Big red truck, Ira. All right, so we need to be careful about where we're putting this particular concrete extractor that we're about to put down, because we're kind of running across the drone limitations here. Be able to put it there. Which ones aren't working? that not working? It's out of power? We're having power problems now. We are. How did that happen? Well, we do have another Sterling generator. I guess I can go ahead and put it down. I had one of them down already. Where was it? Okay, there it was, yeah. We had a prefab for it, so I guess I may as well go ahead and use it instead of building another wind turbine.
Sector scanned.
We'll open it up as well so that it draws more power. Okay, well, now that we have the ability to, I'm going to go ahead and order more colonists to come down. We can hold 18 more. There's 15 vacant slots. Let me see here. I can set these to have more shifts as well. And, yeah, see, the botanists are going over there. You guys don't need to be there. We will pull in other people to work here. It's okay. I mean, did it pull everybody off of that? Practically. All right. Well, it's okay. We'll handle it when we get the new passengers coming in. So we can have 18 more total, basically. So we'll go ahead and do that. How many vacant work slots do we have here, real quick, just to make sure? 23. Yeah. Okay. So we'll have plenty of things for them to work in. We got a few more that have come in from what we had before. We want to kind of avoid the loners now that we have a lot of people in the colony. If you have more than 30 people in the colony, they start losing comfort. Oh, a guru. Randomly spreads other traits of this colonist to persons in the same dome with less than 3 traits. So that'll be nice because his other one that he has is rugged. No comfort penalties while eating unprepared food or having no residence. That'll be a nice one to share. Get a religious person coming in. A hippie gaming medic. And we don't want lazy if we can avoid it.
This is Mars Official Radio with Panamasculine. I aim to please your musical needs.
So we've got quite a few botanists now. I think we'll have enough botanists for quite a ways. Need more geologists for sure, though. And the ones that are available, unfortunately, are not the best geologists around, so... This song reminds me of the Don't Mine at Night. Not a whole lot of choices this time around. Sexy workaholic. I guess that'll do for right now. We'll go ahead and bring them in. And hope the next round of applicants that come in have more geologists available. If not, I mean, again, non-specialists will work in the locations, but they're not terribly efficient at it. It'll lower the performance of the place overall. So right now the performance of this is 56. The performance of this one is 51. It's going to need maintenance. Oh, okay, they went on ahead and maintained it. Good job, drones. Good job. Thank you. How are we doing as far as the items go? Yeah, see, we're going to need machine parts here really soon. A lot of these extra higher tech things that we have are going to be requiring a lot of machine parts. So, did we have anything new pop up here? Ah, yeah. Martian education. So, building a Martian university. Train scientists, geologists, botanists, medics, engineers, or security specialists. That'll be nice to have that, but we certainly can't build it in this dome. We're not going to have the space available for it. I think I'm going to go ahead and build another power accumulator over here since we had the power issues there a couple of minutes ago. Give ourselves a little bit more stored power going on. We should have enough polymers for a while yet. Yeah, we got 49. Get a little bit more money from the USA. That works. New colonists are almost here. I'm going to go ahead and place an order here as well for some of those extra things that we need. We're going to need some polymers. Give ourselves a nice amount of all of these. While we have the funding on hand. Especially those electronics. It's definitely taking our money, but we're going to need it.
Lean back, relax, and let us do the rest. Our songs are simply the best, and my hosting is
So our rocket is coming in for a landing here. With the passengers. Hello, people. Welcome to the planet. Hope you guys don't die.
New colonists have arrived.
Alrighty.
Research complete. Sector scanned. Select a sector to scan.
Okay, so we got the utility crops in. That opened up. Dome bioscaping. Residences in basic domes have improved comfort. That'll be a nice one to do. That really will. Okay, so we got the lowered amount of research now. Our research is back to normal. Our outsourcing is done, unfortunately. We'll get the smart home done here and then go with the bioscaping. See what that brings about. Hopefully it'll open up some decent tech. Like I said at the beginning of all of these Let's Plays here, the thing that's interesting with this game as opposed to others that have that sort of tree kind of thing as far as your researches and techs and that kind of stuff goes, your standard 4X kind of gaming stuff. Unlike a lot of them out there, when you look at the research tree, everything is completely randomized each time that you play it. So this, for example, right here could have been the starting one that opened up if it had randomly done that. So it's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's kind of cool because each playthrough that you play is going to be that much different. You know, it's not all samey where you're just going up the same tree all at once or whatever the case may be. It makes it pretty nice. So our other rocket should be coming here really shortly. I'm going to land it probably over in this area here so that the drones can unload the stuff over here into our little utility area. Although it's getting pretty full, isn't it? It looks like it's starting to get there. Might actually have to build a couple more up in here near the food zone. I'm a little bit concerned about the food production. We're still ahead of it a little bit, but we're if we open up more domes, basically, I kind of want to have. I'm kind of thinking that what I'm going to do for the next set of domes that I build, I'm going to have one of them be sort of geared for nothing but food production. And then another one set up for nothing but like factories, like polymer factory or the machine parts factories and that kind of stuff. It's not too bad of an idea to do things that way, especially if you have all of your domes sort of centralized together, working in tandem together. If you're really spread out, you really can't do it that way. Like, for example, if we were talking about starting over here with a brand new dome set up with a brand new colony kind of a thing, and then another one up in here, I'd have to set up all the infrastructure completely separate for each one to make sure that everybody would survive okay. So everybody would have, or all of them would have to have like kind of the same setup that I've got inside of here.
Cable fault reported.
Where they're on their own food supplies and their own metal supplies and so on and so forth. So we got a cable fault going. We're still overproduction on the power though, so that's okay. They'll take care of it. So yeah, okay. This one is ready to land as well. Where do I want to put it? I guess we can just land it right in here.
Pipe leak reported.
A pipe going. That's weird. So I did still put that in the zone. Yeah, okay, I did. And just making sure that drones will be able to come over and work with that thing. So they'll offload everything here real quick. And this one has all 30. Yeah, okay, so it's definitely ready to launch. I want to make sure I pay attention up here. I want to see how much money all 30 of those made. Right now we have 340 million in funding. So we'll see how much the full load of rare metals sells for. I'm really curious. It's the first time I've actually sold a full load at once. That works for me. Utility crops are here. So cover crops. Very low yield, but increases
Sector
soil quality
scanned.
significantly, improving the yield of the next crop. The optimal harvest on that one is 12. Optimal on that one is 14. Ooh, 45. Oof. I've never done potatoes before. 34. Not bad. I ought to do that. So potatoes, and then what was it? Just cover crops. Yeah, cover crops. So there we go. So we'll do wheat, then potatoes, then cover crops, and they'll kind of do them one after the other. We'll see how the production on that is. All right, so that one's getting loaded up pretty quickly too. Nice. Huh, really? It was only worth about $100,000? Or is it just that it hasn't reached Earth yet? Oh, I see. It just hasn't reached Earth yet. I'm like, that seems really low. It says the rare metals are worth $25 million a piece, though. So our last export was 750 million.
Funding received.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So 750 million for each full load that I send.
Meteor incoming.
That's nice. Oh wait, where did that land? Oof.
I'm Panam Askinen, and you're listening to Mars Official Radio.
That came in really
This
quickly.
planet will require the same social institutions that are required on Earth. Homes, courts, schools. As a trained educator, I believe that Mars will need a custom educational system, more efficient and less time-consuming. How do you think the system should be designed? Share your thoughts.
So nice. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I think at this point we'll go ahead and stop for the evening. We've gotten a lot of stuff done this playthrough. That's really cool. But we've been at it for a couple of hours now, and I think we'll go ahead and stop for the night. I do want to thank all of you guys for tuning in tonight. It's definitely appreciated, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. I will get back to this game here really soon. I'm not sure. Maybe here in the next couple of days. We'll see what ends up happening, but I think that everybody's enjoying this particular Let's Play through. But in the meantime, make sure you guys check out my website, originalworlds.com. Over there, you guys can, you can look at all the books that I have on sale and a lot of free stories available for you guys. If you guys are authors yourselves, I do offer a lot of author advice over on that website as well. And if you want to check out the archives of my shows, you guys can do that right here on YouTube. We've got Open Eyes, Brothers in Arms, Money and Change, the Positude Podcast, all kinds of great stuff for you. We do lots of Let's Plays as well, so check them out. Until next time, keep safe out there. Have fun. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. And, we'll talk to you again real soon. Have fun, guys.